What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Timothy Hannick. Alright, I'm going to try to make this simple without repeating myself like I normally do. So, I just got done watching a video from this girl. If I remember correctly, she says she was 18 years old. She's a YouTuber, and there's a lot of things that caught my interest on this particular video. I'm not going to put her name, her YouTube channel, or anything in the description below because I never asked her permission, so I don't do those things without permission. Now, the thing is, I don't know if she's going to be watching this, but anybody that has had some tough decisions that they've made, or they rushed into things too quickly, no matter what it might have been, whether it was relationships or whatever the case may be, I want to let you all know that life is going to be tough. And this is going to be good for anybody who's 18 to age 30 at the most. There's a lot to learn when it comes up to life, and life will hit you hard if you decide to do something mean. You seek for revenge, you hold grudges. All these things will drive you mad, make you angry, just drive you bonkers, okay? And it's not good for your health. It's not good for yourself. When you're angry, you do and say things that you don't mean to do and say. And that's never good. Doing things on your own is very difficult. If you're not used to being in a relationship, you're used to just going from one person to another, basically friends with benefits type of deal. You're one of those shy or kind of a laid back kind of person that just goes out there and does whatever, see what happens. Sometimes it's not the best choice. And if you don't have experience in sex, or making love, depending on your characteristic, on how you look at that situation, based on that, I mean, you want to just learn from your mistakes. So if you decide that, someone you've liked through high school, or someone you've met recently, you have a big crush on now, all of a sudden, and you're dating them, just know that nothing is going to be perfect. I've learned after so many relationships, I thought that I was being mistreated, to be honest. And a lot of times I was, but I still looked at the bigger picture at hand, which was myself. Often we need to look at the mistakes that we're making. I will admit that I was a cheater back when I was a little younger than what I am now. When I was 16 going on to 21, those were, I would say, the worst years of myself, I should say. Because I was with people and I cheated on those people many, many times. Either to get back at them for something they did, for something they said, or whatever the case might have been. But the past is in the past. We need to move forward. We need to move towards the future and make ourselves into a better person, because if you refuse to change who you are for the better, that means if you're a cheater like I was, sleeping with other people to get back at somebody for what they've said or what they've done to you behind your back, it's not going to get you anywhere in life. It's actually going to make your life even harder, because you're causing yourself to stress out. Then you're going to probably start feeling bad because you're the one cheating on them as well. And two wrongs do not make a right. Alright? Just know that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys all the crap that I've been through, the bad things, basically. So if anybody out there hasn't taken the time to watch I believe it was 8 parts of my life story, I'm just going to wrap it all up for you real quickly, the best that I can. I've been into a car accident. I've broken my rib cage without having to go to the hospital for that one. I have experienced broken bones. I've broken my middle finger, and my mom's boyfriend thought it was just fractured, so he told me just to let it go and heal on its own, which it did, and now I got the bone has healed over and it's formed different. If you look closely at it, it's actually bent, and I'm not doing it on purpose. I don't know if you guys would be able, I'm not trying to flick you off, but you might be able to tell the difference. Look at this one compared to this. See the difference? Okay, anyway, this one's straight, and this one is crooked. And that's just the way it healed. Alright, I'm not trying to flick anybody off. I'm not trying to be funny with that either. I'm trying to be very serious on this. I have had glass go through my foot. I didn't say that in my story because I forgot about it. There are some things I did forget to add in my life story, but anyway, there was a time I ran, jumped, and when I finally landed, I had a piece of glass go through my shoe, through my foot. It actually was so deep to where I should have gotten stitches, but I never did. I've learned by now, there are a lot of times where if you need stitches, you don't have to get it depending on the situation. As in for me, I've been lucky. I've always had glass go through my skin. In case scenarios where I did need stitches, but I never went in and got stitches. I got scars on my left knee, the lower and upper knee. I had a knife through my knee. I had a piece of glass go through the bottom part of my knee. I've been in a car accident. I've had glass from head to toe on that. I got scars on my butt, on my lower back. I mean, I got scars to prove that I've been through these situations. I got a bone that sticks out of my chest right here. That was from my rib cage being broken and healed on its own. There was a bone that formed that way, and doctors think I was just born that way. I look back on some pictures of me as a little kid, and I mean little kid, as in like a 5-year-old or younger. My chest wasn't deformed. I had no bone popping out from my chest, so that comes to the conclusion of my chest being deformed after 3rd grade, because that was the time where my friend practiced CPR on me and broke my rib cage. I went like a month, 1 to 3 months, having a hard time breathing, but my rib cage healed. I'm fine. It's just every now and then when I eat fast, it kind of feels like it's stuck in my chest, so I gotta drink a lot of water or something to get it down. But I moved out on my own when I was 20 years old, so 3 years ago, working on 4 years. I've been in this apartment for quite a while, and things were okay at first. I was living by myself for a year, and I spent a lot of money on fast food. Big mistake, don't do that. If you're planning on getting your own place, make sure you save up money. I know a lot of you probably have a hard time at your mom's or dad's or your parents' house, whoever you're living with. If you're lucky enough to have both of your parents still together, then consider that a blessing, because not everyone has their parents together. A lot of people rush into marriages for the dumbest reasons. And I have to tell you, it's from my experience with these relationships, you don't want to jump into a relationship like that. You don't want to move people in like that. You want to give it some time. Now, if you want to give it about 2 to 4 weeks before actually moving someone in, okay, but that's still pretty quick. At the end of the day, it's your decision. You make it on your own. Make sure you have control over the arguments. I'm not saying telling people to shut up because you don't like what they have to say. I'm talking about if there's a problem, work it out. Don't just give up, okay? And just because a woman got pregnant, or whatever the case scenario is as far as pregnancy goes, a lot of people get married because the woman ends up pregnant. Don't just do that, okay? And honestly, I'm going to get this out there too, because I am totally against the whole idea of women getting abortions. I think it should be illegal to even do that. And some places, therefore states and whatnot, have it illegal, I think, to do that. I'm not sure, but I'm sure there's a place or two, a couple places out there that probably make it illegal to do that. Anyway, I don't think it should be legal. I feel like it's unfair, because that's a life that you're taking away from this world. And if you are being if you're going to lay there with your legs spread, women, and have sex, make love, whatever the case of whatever you want to call it, you are the one who is taking the responsibility of this might happen, the whole pregnancy thing. Whether you have birth control, the guy's using a condom, whatever the case may be, there is still always a chance when having sex. Now, the only way you would not be able to get pregnant is if the guy is fixed. In other words, he is shooting blanks or whatever the case. In that type of case scenario, I wouldn't worry about it. If a guy is going through chemo, then I would say do whatever, because at that point, depending how far along he is in the chemo, so if let's say about 3+ months, after about 3 months, a male sperm would be completely destroyed by the chemo, so I would say it's a pretty good chance that you won't get pregnant at all. Now, if you could wait about 6 months or more, then I'm willing to bet you won't get pregnant, because the guy would be shooting blanks. I got experience because I'm shooting blanks. And I've been through chemo for 6 months. Anyway, be careful in what you do. Be careful in what you say, because things can come back and bite you upside the butt. And I'm warning you guys that now, because I don't want anyone to go through life and ask yourselves why, or ask God why is so many things happening, badly to you. It's because you're making bad decisions. It's because you're saying things that shouldn't be said. A lot of times we need to keep things in to prevent bad outcomes from happening. I know it's easier said than done, but eventually you will learn. And if you're wondering why your life sucks so bad, it's because you say and do things you're not supposed to say and do. But, yeah. If anybody wants to know my whole life story within 15 minutes, comment down below. I can fit it all into one quick video, but I will be missing a few details. I will do my best to study my book and remember as much as I can and tell you as much as I can, but that's only if you guys are interested in knowing what kind of life I've lived until this point came along. But anyway, happy 2019, the new year. I hope you guys have a good year. I hope that you all have many blessings. Peace.